So you want to be a YouTuber. Maybe you want to be a travel vlogger. Well, come on in. The water's great. Can't say I blame you. As far as I'm concerned, it's the best job I've ever had. It's not easy. There's going to be challenges. Can't be afraid to talk on camera in front of other people. Have to spend hours poring over video and editing. And then you got to worry about whether or not anyone's going to watch your videos. Well, all I can tell you is becoming a vlogger was one of the best decisions I've ever made. And now I'm going to help you along your journey, getting started, and most importantly, avoiding some of the pitfalls and mistakes that I did.
So what happened to my ankle, you ask? Well, you see these stairs here? I slipped. I don't think it's broken.
So you can get up and running quickly and be successful from the get-go. Join me as I give you my secrets to becoming a successful vlogger on YouTube. Okay guys, let's dive right into it. Many of you are subscribers that see what I do and think it's interesting and would like to take a stab at it. Some of you may have come across this video just because of the title and want to hear from someone who has had pretty decent success on YouTube as far as how I got here. The most important thing I'm going to tell you guys is that if you do it right, that you can gain traction very quickly and start to build a loyal audience that will continue to grow very quickly. So as they say here on YouTube, let's dive into this. Number one, the first thing I'm going to tell you guys that are interested in starting your own YouTube channel, the first thing you should do is watch YouTube. Watch YouTube. Watch as much YouTube as you can. When I was first starting, and even really to this day, most of the television that I watch, or things on my computer, or whatever device I'm using, are YouTube videos, mostly travel vlogs, and maybe some how-to things that have helped me along the way. Immerse yourself in YouTube. Become a sponge. Learn how to edit a video. If you're gonna upload to YouTube, you need to be proficient at editing. You have to learn it. My advice is, find yourself the easiest but most efficient and proficient editing platform that you can use. This is not a promotion or an advertisement. The one that I use is Filmora. I have found it the easiest to get up and running with out of the gate. Are there better ones? Certainly. But this is very good. It offers a lot of benefits and features, and I found it very user-friendly. Have there been bugs with it? Absolutely. I can't speak to other platforms because this is pretty much the one that I've been using since day one. Using and editing software is almost like learning a language, for me anyway. Maybe some of you guys, it'll be easy. You'll jump on there and you can use whichever one you want. Ones that are much more enhanced, possibly. But for my purposes, I felt that this was the one that I could get the videos edited professionally and understand how to use the software very quickly and easily. But again, it's like learning a language when you learn to use an editing software. And that's pretty much why I'm stuck with it, because if I would change, a different platform is it's like going from French to Spanish. You know, it's another language you got to use. You have to learn. You have to understand where all the features are and how to use them, and it's different. So I like the one I'm using. I like Filmora, and I have stuck with it, and it works great for me. But the point is, whichever one you choose, get good at it. Play around with it.
So the main thing you want to focus on here is the timing of the cut. If we move this slightly to the left, the transition feels much smoother.
Go out and shoot a video, bring it back, upload it to the software, and play with it. Use all of the different features, the slow-mos, the different cuts, playing with the color and playing with the titles, and all the features that are on there that you will need to understand how to use in order to make a good video production. Immerse yourself, watch a lot of YouTube, learn camera tricks, things like resolution, 1080p versus 4K. Learn about frame rates. What frame rate should you be using? If I'm using 60 frames per second during the day when there's plenty of sunlight, how is it gonna look when there's less sunlight and it's darker like it gets when I'm walking in the shade here? How is that gonna affect the video? You need to understand all of these things in time so that your production will be as good as it possibly can. It's going to school, it's YouTube University, man. That is what you need to do. Be a sponge. Watch other vloggers, see what they're doing, figure out how they're doing it, and learn from them. So that's number one. Immerse yourself in the process, be a sponge, educate yourself, learn how it's done, and this way you'll be able to produce a video that your audience will appreciate. Number two, figure out your niche. Niche? I got yelled at one time by one of you guys for calling it a niche. They said, it's not niche, it's niche. Figure out your niche, you son of a niche. This is one of the things that killed me on YouTube. It absolutely slowed me down like nobody's business. And that's because I started my channel under the name Keto Beach, which is bad enough that I changed the name, because YouTube has this thing that you guys know by now called an algorithm, which tries to figure out who might like your stuff and want to click on it and watch all of it. So you don't want to confuse that algorithm. And what I did, because I didn't know, I was still fooling around with it. You know, I wanted to do this thing. I was on the keto diet. I knew that diet and exercise was a big niche in YouTube. And I thought that I could do something with that, because I was very strictly on this keto diet during my relocation down to Florida. Well, it turned out as I'm doing these Keto Beach diet type videos, the videos started to evolve because my personality took over. And meeting people, talking to people, going places, doing things, having these experiences that morphed my channel more into a moving to Florida, or people that were interested in anything Florida, because that's what my videos really were. It was most of my experiences here in Florida. So the point is that I was mistaken in the niche that I chose by doing the keto thing. And I knew I needed to make a change because, first of all, I was done with the diet after a while, and second of all, it just wasn't interesting to me. And I didn't want to have a channel to do something. You know, there's a difference between, whoa, there's a difference between doing something because it's a job and doing something because you're passionate about it and love it. The truth of the matter is, what I do on YouTube, I would do it for free because I'm passionate about it. It is my passion and purpose. It gives me purpose, and I truly enjoy it. And I hope that you will feel that way about it as well. There's a lot of YouTubers that do stuff that are, you know, like realtors. You know, they're doing stuff because they're trying to sell real estate. And so that's really the purpose of their channel, is to build an audience that they could possibly do two things: present themselves as an expert in their field, number one, and number two, gain business. Thankfully for yours truly, that is not the case. This is totally my experience in life that I want to document. And I love to travel. That's my number one passion in life, is traveling and meeting people around the world. And I'm very lucky that I get to do that. So my suggestion is to find your passion and create your channel based on what that is. Your passion could be another business that you have that the YouTube channel will fit into part and parcel, and that's okay too. So if that's the way you want to handle it, then great. But I would just tell you that before you choose your niche and your channel name, be as sure as you possibly can that you got it right. And I cannot overemphasize the importance of that to you guys. I was fortunate that I was able to get my channel to succeed pretty well, and I've got over 100,000 subscribers now, which I never thought was possible. I really did not see that when I first started a channel in my future, but it happened because I worked at it, I put a lot of time into it, and I'm passionate about it, and I love it. So success will come from that eventually. The point is that I feel like I could have been much more successful, much more quickly, had I taken the advice that I'm giving to you, because I just didn't know it. I found this out by learning from my mistakes. So hopefully you guys can take my experience and the mistakes that I made, learn from them and avoid them. And that is to take your time when you determine what your niche is and what you're going to name your channel. Do not, under any circumstances, choose a niche that you are not sure about and a name that you think you're going to change, because that will confuse the algorithm. And it'll confuse any audience that you built as well. If you go from being a gamer one day to being a travel vlogger the next day, it only makes sense that there's going to be a lot of confusion. The great thing about YouTube is that there's a lot of great things, but in terms of this particular point, YouTube may be unforgiving when it comes to the algorithm and ways that you can mess that up, but your audience, your true core audience, when they find you, most of them will stick with you, even if you do change. The reason is because they are subscribing to you because of you. And that is one of the greatest compliments and one of the greatest feelings that you could ever have in life, period. But had I to do it over again, I would have took more time in determining the direction of my channel. I would have played around with it first. Maybe I would have, just had the channel my name. That, by the way, is a safe way to do it, if you don't mind using your name. There's a lot of YouTubers, Harry Jaggard, they use their name. They use their name, and this way, their name is their brand. So maybe that's a good idea if you're not sure, but you want to have a name that you're going to stick with. You could just do that, use your own name. But there's nothing wrong with waiting and taking your time if you are unsure. You would be much better served to just take your time, experiment. You can create the videos, upload them, keep them unlisted or private, so you're the only one that can see them, or if it's unlisted, somebody that just has the link can watch it. And you could just keep it personal, or share with family or close friends, and just start off that way before you're ready to really roll it out on a public basis. I will tell you guys right now, if I could go back in time to when I first started my channel, it's like 5 years ago already, or more, over 5 years ago. And I would have known from the beginning that I wanted to do the travel vlogging, that I wanted to call myself Barefoot Vlogger, and I would have started out of the gate like that. I probably would have had twice to 5 times the amount of subscribers I have now, honestly, and views. I really truly believe that. So it was a major, major setback for me by having to really rebrand myself and the channel and correct the algorithm to put it on the right track for who I am and what I do. And it took me a long time to do that, a really long time and a lot of hard work. So you can save yourself a lot of time, a lot of heartache, a lot of aggravation, and more importantly, find success that much more quickly by learning from what I didn't know that I had to learn the hard way. Next thing I would tell you guys is practice with the camera. Get a lot of experience working with, in front of, and behind the camera, especially if you're going to be a vlogger and you are going to be showcasing your experiences to the world. You can't be shy, There are introverts that are on YouTube that are successful, but they push themselves, and it's, maybe difficult for people that are somewhat shy of talking in public. I could be sitting in an airport, there could be 100 people sitting around me, and I got the camera on and I'm talking and having a conversation, and they're looking at you and they're listening to what you say. You got to get over that very quickly. You got to get over that. You can't be shy and be a vlogger. It's like being a performer in many respects. You have to be able to vlog in public. And even me, listen, I was a broadcast journalism major in college. And so maybe that gave me an advantage of being able to talk on camera in front of other people. But there were still times in the beginning that I felt a little funny, maybe, knowing people were looking at me and listening to what I had to say, and sometimes making mistakes and trying to figure things out as I was going during the process. So it's not always easy, but what I will tell you is that even if you are shy and more on the side of being introverted, you get used to it after a while because you do it so much. The more you do it, the more it just becomes second nature to you, that you don't even think about it. You turn the camera on, you go and you do it. You know eyes are on you, but after a while, you don't even notice that. Okay, so now you have a channel, you've got a name, you've got a niche, maybe you're even live now, you're uploading and you have your first subscribers. Typically, those would be close friends and family, and they will help you gain some traction early on, which is great. What you want to do when you're creating your videos is you want to try to set yourself apart from other vloggers. Try to be as unique as you can, and that will mostly come from you being you. Don't try to be something you're not on camera. That's one thing that I never did. And there are people that you could see when you're watching their videos and they do this stuff and they're kind of hokey and they're, whatever. Fine, if that works for them. But I will tell you right now, that game is really hard to keep up long term. If you are pretending to be something that you're not, you are gonna get really tired of doing that really fast. So just be yourself. Be yourself and let your personality shine through, and that is what is gonna engage an audience and get them to like you and subscribe to you and be loyal to you and watch your videos every time you upload. So try to set yourself apart from others that are in the same niche as you. And one of the things that is difficult when you're a one-man band like I am, there are YouTubers that have an entourage with them. They've got cameramen, grips, sound guys, and all this other stuff. They do. They have a whole team, some of these big YouTubers. I don't have that luxury, and neither do you, especially when you're first starting out. Maybe one day. But you can make it look like you have a crew by manipulating the camera, and that's something that I do. I do multiple different camera angles, different shots from different perspectives, change it up, keep it interesting, using a variety of cuts, and keep them from getting bored and tuning out. So this leads me to something that I want to mention to you guys about the editing process, which is probably the most important aspect of the end result of the videos that you upload. Now, the content has to be there, right? It's got to be good, it's got to be engaging, it's got to be interesting. It has to hook your audience. But editing the video is where the story is told. I often refer to myself as a storyteller. Everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. If your vlog is a random stream of consciousness, it probably won't be that interesting. In order to get the audience to feel like they are on this journey with you, set a quest. I like my videos to be adventuresome. I always like to have a quest, which I set out in the beginning of the video.
A new day has dawned here in Bangkok. Let's continue our journey, seeking more information about our amulet and possibly even finding our friend that sold it to us.
All the interactions, everything that happens to me in the middle, all the fun things and the obstacles and challenges that I come across along the way, that is the body and the middle of the story that you will try to make as interesting as possible to keep your audience really sitting on the edge of their seat. Do you know this guy?
I'm looking for my friend.
Yeah. That's his stuff? Where is he? He's upstairs? What? He died? And in the end, it should all come together and all the loose ends tie up, just like a book or a movie. It's really no different.
Long pole thought? Long pole thought?
You led us here, and
You didn't lead us down. We didn't meet our friend, but we'll be back, and hopefully, so will he.
And if you could stick to that recipe, then I think you have the recipe for success on YouTube. So I hope this helps you guys in getting started. Feel free to reach out in the comments. Let me know what you're working on, what you're doing, and if you have any questions, and I will help you as best I can. The one thing I want to leave you guys with is resiliency, fortitude, and the willingness and ability and desire to carry onward and upward. Keep moving forward and don't give up, because trust me, it's not easy. It's really not easy. I can't tell you guys in all sincerity that there really never was a time that I felt like giving up. There were times where I needed a break, and I took breaks, some of them longer than others, and it's always good to do that, sort of a pit stop, if you will, to charge your batteries. But I never felt like giving up because I would have missed it too much. I enjoy it. I love it. Look where I am right now and what I'm doing. I mean, this is great. And if you can get paid to do it, I'll never forget the video of young Sidney Crosby, the hockey player, my favorite hockey player of all time. He was like, I don't know, 14 years old or something, and he was like this young up-and-coming phenom. And in an interview, they asked him, you know, like what it would be like to play hockey professionally. And he said,
getting up every day and playing, doing something that you love to do, and just like enjoying it, and even getting paid to do something you love to do. I mean, can't even imagine how amazing that would be.
One gets the feeling that he'll find out soon enough.
You know, I was a 14-year-old kid, and sometimes I feel like a 14-year-old kid. That's exactly how I feel about being a travel vlogger on YouTube. It's something that I am so thankful for and appreciative of, and I always will be. So stick with it. Work hard, because it's not work if you love what you do. And I'll be looking for each and every one of you and your success here on YouTube. Till next time, from the shores of Deerfield Beach, this is the Barefoot Vlogger saying, stay well, stay tuned, and keep on vlogging. Or start vlogging.
I got a plane to catch.